This woman was applying for a nanny position for the first time, but as soon as she sat down, her skirt accidentally split open. To avoid embarrassment, she hurriedly took off her coat and tied it around her waist. Just as she was relieved the mistress hadn't noticed, her husband stepped out and greeted her warmly.
Louisa Clark.
And in response to the wealthy family's warm welcome, Gina's attempt to cover her skirt was all seen by the mistress, so she decided to keep the girl.
Can you start immediately?
Yes.
Not only was the job well paid, but the duties were simple too, just keeping her paralyzed son company and chatting with him. Hearing this, Gina was overjoyed. Little did she know, her joy was premature. At her first meeting with the boss, she was stunned by his appearance.
William.
It turned out this high-paying job wasn't as straightforward as the mistress had described. Only when the boss noticed the torn hem of Gina's skirt did he cease his earlier antics. It seemed Jack had no desire for a companion, and he'd already scared off several applicants. Gina, too, had no intention of staying, but her family's circumstances forced her to accept. Her father had been laid off, her mother needed to care for her ailing grandfather, and her sister still needed to complete her studies. Thus all the family burdens fell squarely on Gina's shoulders. She had no choice but to take the job. So the next day, Gina arrived for work, but as she approached, Jack lay with eyes tightly shut. No matter how she called out to the boss, there was no response. At first she thought it was the boss's prank, until Jack's personal physician arrived and revealed Jack couldn't sweat like a normal person. Even the slightest chill could be life-threatening. It was then that the scar on Jack's wrist caught Gina's eye. She couldn't believe it. With a home free from want, why would he seek death? Until that day, when she overheard Jack's parents arguing. Their son was scheduled for euthanasia in 6 months, exactly as Jack had wished. His father respected his decision, but his mother couldn't accept it.
It's his choice. This is what he wants.
He's my son!
Yes, he's my son too! You know how much pain he's in.
Only now did Gina realize her contract was limited to 6 months, because this was the final chapter of Jack's life. After learning the truth, Gina became distracted. She couldn't bear to spend every day with someone facing death, so she sought out her sister to share her desire to quit. But her sister insisted that now was not the time to resign. Not only did this job offer high pay, but it also provided an opportunity to change Jack's thoughts about death. Suddenly Gina realized perhaps her role was no longer just being a caregiver. It was about saving a life. So, in the days that followed, each time she appeared before Jack, Gina resembled a fluttering butterfly.